In this video, we're going to show you how to get the hardest armor piece, the Valkyrie HELM, from the dev room boxes in the River Raids. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel where we give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So Smart Glitch Gaming identified 3 dev rune boxes, but the third one he was not able to get to. So you've seen him collect the armor, you've seen him collect the cloak, but you didn't see him collect the helm because the helm was in a box out in space, and if you went right for it, you'd get desynchronized. Best case scenario, you would dive a little bit, but if you dive and go into the air portion, you fall a long way, and it's hard to get back up to the water portion, and you never get close to the dev rune box that has the Valkyrie HELM. I'm going to show you a method so that you can glitch directly through the ground so you drop right onto the Valkyrie box. So you need to take careful look at where the location is. So first things first, when you come to the River Raid, just have your longship go in reverse until you run into the side of the river. On that side of the river, it's going to be the left side as you're facing out, that you're not facing the shimmering wall, but you're facing out to the river raids. You'll run into the river, you get off, there's going to be the rock that you climb out with. That rock is basically a marker almost of where the rock along the shore, which you'll use to climb out with, is a marker of where the dev rune boxes are. Now I've got another video that shows you how to get the armor set an easier way than this, where it's much easier to glitch through and pick up the armor set. But for this is we're on relatively flatter ground, which is harder to glitch through. So I'll take you through the steps. But the location that you want to glitch through, because you're going to glitch through space. If you miss it, you're going to get desynchronized. If you make it, you'll land on the dev rune box, one of them, and you'll be able to jump to the other if necessary and collect the helm. And then you can jump off into the water and then climb out, so no problem. But the dev rune boxes are above the water, so you can't climb into them, and they're out in space. The second one is way out in space, so you can't interact. Closer to the shimmering wall from the rock, there's going to be like a bush and a really tiny tree. You want to be to the left of the bush and the little tiny tree for your run. And then there's going to be a relatively big tree with red leaves. You don't want to get all the way to that, and you don't want to be all the way to the left of that. So you want to be between that tiny pine and the bush and that tree towards the back, right? And you don't want to run all the way to the tree. You want to run 3/4 of the way to the tree. You need to have no weapons equipped in either hand, so take off all weapons in both hands, barehanded. Then you're going to do your glitching move, and your glitching move is going to have you need to run. You need to be running. Then when you get to the spot where you want to glitch through, you want to hit the fast attack. That should have you do an air kick with both legs. While you're in the air, select the wheel, so that's the down button on the D-pad, and select the fishing line. It doesn't matter if you have the fishing line out already or not. You still want to select it while you're in the air. And then when Eivor lands on the ground, you want to intermittently hit the aim button on your controller, right? So, like every 1 second, every half second, every quarter second, and you want to be looking at this. And looking at this is a little bit difficult on the eyes, right? Because you lose all your frames. He's kind of glitching, shot, right? You're going down to 5 frames per second or something because I guess you're doing this more than, 1 a second, but you're doing it like every quarter second, right? As much as you can process that what is going on. And if you see your view go through the floor, and hopefully you'll see the pink box below you, but maybe you won't, then that would be a time when you want to hit the move button, right? So you're just using the aim button, not touching the move button, and you're looking. And Eivor actually is going to stand up doing this. So he's going to stand up, but Eivor, you don't want to trigger the backflip, which happens when you touch the move button, until you see that you've glitched through the ground, right? That your view is of the ground with the aim. And then when it's through the ground, then you're ready to drop down And if you're lucky, if you got it right, then you're going to drop right down on one of the boxes. Preferably the second box, but the first box is good too. So if you drop down on one of the boxes, you're golden. If you miss them by 3 feet, then you probably get desynchronized and need to come back. I dropped down on the second box that has the Valkyrie Helm. I'd already collected the Valkyrie Armor, and it just I was not able to interact with it, so I had to jump to the first box that used to have the Valkyrie Armor, and then I was able to interact with the Valkyrie, jump back to the Valkyrie Helm box, and then I was able to loot it. So I had to be like better on it. I wasn't able to kind of walk on it, but I could easily jump to this next box and then jump to the center of the helm. So you might have to do that a little bit. And then you can jump down. It wasn't exactly the jump key, but when you jump into the water by your ship, right, towards your ship, it should be an easy jump and it should go through. So don't dangle off the box, but, jump off the top of the first box, which used to have the armor in it. And if you haven't got the armor yet, you could get the armor while you're at it here. And then you have the armor and the helm, actually. Now, it's really hard to keep these pieces. I was able to keep the pieces that I had a duplicate of for a time. So the only surefire way to keep the pieces, and I think Joraptor made an assertion that has been since debunked, that if you turn off the internet, go to the settlement, do a manual save, shut down, totally quit from the program, and then restart, then you're going to have the items. A lot of people have done that and said it doesn't work. I didn't try that. I've been just keeping the internet on and seeing what happens, which that worked for the 2 items that I had duplicates of initially. So I would be able to use them in England in the settlement, and I was able to duplicate runes. But I didn't have the helm. I didn't have the opal. Actually, on the day Tuesday, March 2nd, the Reda shop had the helm, the Valkyrie helm, and I would have totally bought it, but unfortunately, it was I didn't have enough opal, and I had no way of getting more opal in time to buy it because it was a daily selection. But as I'm recording this, the weekly selection is the Valkyrie armor, which you could get using this method, or using the method in my earlier video, which I think is a little bit easier, to secure a duplicate armor set. And so, nevertheless, I found that my duplicate armor sets also went away after a while, even though they stayed for sometimes when I shut down the program, but then they disappeared at other times. So like right before I got the helm, I lost this duplicate armor set. So I don't know why it happened, but it did. And that's it. So if you do get them, you want to rune duplicate with them. If you have the duplicate set, you want to duplicate as soon as you get them. You want to start duplicating runes, before you go back to your settlement, because you may not have it again in your settlement. So you're probably not willing to keep the internet off your computer forever. Then you can never use Reda's shop again, etc. So that would be my advice: is do your duplication up front. And I was able to keep my duplicated runes from the armor set. So that, I think, is a good thing. So just identify the runes that you don't have a lot of and duplicate those. Don't do it for money. The best money glitch right now, much faster than rune duplication, is the Beggar Raven glitch in London. I think there was a lot of speculation also by Joraptor and Smart Glitch Gaming, that these were precursors to the weekly reset. But if that was the case, we should have seen these boxes reset, right? Because they were available before we had the Valkyrie Armor and the Valkyrie Helm in the Reda shop. So if they were there a week before and we had the reset and now we see them in the shop, we should have new ones there. And we're not seeing new ones there. We're not seeing new armor items there. So I don't think that they are related to that. I think that Ubisoft is probably just trolling us, right? They're like, hey, don't glitch through here. Do our opal quests and get these things, instead of, glitching through the map. it's also quite a gift that Ubisoft gave us, because for those of you that have not glitched these armor pieces yet, if you get the Valkyrie piece, then you can go back to rune duplication, which was patched out in 1.12. So they took away the duplicate Marcus Souls bows, the duplicate Huntsman sets, but now you can get a duplicate Valkyrie set, and if you buy it in the Reda shop, use your opal for that, then you're good. So I want to thank Billy Dressen, who explained how to use the aim button intermittently to better glitch through walls and the ground. I also want to thank Keefy's Corner. You should definitely subscribe to his channel, and I'm going to try to link to the 2 relevant videos, hopefully with some timestamps, where he's actually able to swim to the box. I was not able to duplicate his method. I got tired of getting flushed down and onto the other side of the river and swimming through air and whatnot. But for some reason, he was able to swim there, even though it's an air place. So if you can figure out his method, more power to you. I think glitching through the ground is the easiest way to go, as I showed you here. And as far as I know, Keefy's Corner is the only YouTuber that has been able to get the helm prior to me. So he's the only one I know that's made a video of him getting the helm. So more power to him for doing so. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel, where we give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla.